Hey guys, this is going to be an overview for my Overhauled Stryfe Winter's Breath. When I started this mod, I wanted to do a few things to the Stryfe. It's an okay platform, but mostly because it's got support from third parties like cages and kits and cool things like that go inside the Stryfe, but the external of it leaves a lot to be desired. It's very asymmetric, it's kind of clunky, it's got some weird proportions that you don't really notice until you're starting to put together something that you want to be a really accurate replica. The goals of this were to add a sliding jam door, a reconfigured handle for better ergonomics, and to make the whole blaster as symmetric as possible. I think I did achieve these goals with this blaster. I feel like it turned out how I wanted it to. I'm going to start going over the mods. On this side and the front, we have the handguard. It's as accurate as I could make it given my materials. It's got the ridges for the grip. It's got all the, like, I want to say they're venting holes, but they're actually, I think, holes for mounting Picatinny on the real thing. It has an integrated front sight that has the night sights, I guess, on there. The rear sight also has those, so you can line up your sights and aim very easily. They don't serve like a huge purpose exactly, they're just kind of nice to have. And they do actually have glow-in-the-dark paint, so they will kind of light up. The whole handguard is symmetric on both sides, and which leads me to the next mod. The top, the whole body of the Stryfe is as symmetric as I could get it. The motor cover is actually achieved with the handguard here, and there are fangs and a riot cage in here. The next mod, I guess, is the jam door, which slides open. Then using the bolt release here will actually close. So this solves the problem of how to, with a top rail and a jam door that can't open, how to clear jams and how to top load actually. It would be more effective to just leave the open hole so you always have access, but I like this better. This is pretty cool. Unfortunately, the jam door actually made it so that I couldn't install the Select Fire kit that's been going around because it utilizes the same space on the left side of the shell, and my jam door does too. It's got the guides in here, it's got the entire release system is right in here. So that kind of sucks, but I was actually tempted to remove the jam door, but because it was such a critical feature for the inspiration to build this, it's gotta stay. Then going back further, we have a new trigger. We have the Bobo style rev trigger that I've modified so that it doesn't catch on your finger here with the new grip. We have an entirely new grip that I made from an airsoft AR-15 sort of thing. On the very back here, we have a scratch-built stock out of ABS plastic, a Slingfire butt plate, and a Retaliator attachment point. The actual charging handle here and the cheek rest are both 3D printed. I'm starting to integrate that into my process. It really paid off. These turned out great, especially the cheek rest looks really nice. I did a lot of sanding and filling with epoxy on it to make it smooth. Then what this does, it actually serves a real purpose, which is that it's held in by magnets, and this is where the battery goes. The stock battery tray right now, I've got it full of NIM batteries to run the pusher. I will never use a stock Stryfe handle again because it is so much less comfortable than one that's been moved down and is a little more... The stock one is so wide and then narrow. This one is a lot smaller in some proportions, but bigger in others. It's taller, so it actually fits your whole hand, and then it has more angle. It's got a pretty high rate of fire, but it also is really easy to just pop off a single. It's about as fast as you would pull the trigger, so I can... And then, you know, I can also do burst. I'm a big fan of the XSW auto kit. for this very reason. You can hear every shot. You can tell when you fired, how many times you can count it, and it has just a little bit of recoil because of the return spring and the whole system hitting back. And so it gives you a really tactile sense of how well it's shooting. The Rapid Strike Pusher is probably a much better system, but I just like how this feels. Even though it's a little janky, it's not as reliable. It just feels nice. For the things I'm actually going to run in a war, I want to have one of those kits in here, or maybe the Select Fire kit. Finally, to go over just the cosmetics, I did this in the blue and white style to match my ASG-18 as well as the Sweet Revenge that I have. So they're part of a set now of my primary, secondary, and then my flywheel primary. And this is a white and a blue Cryptex stencil, and then a black lower receiver. I made a point of painting the logos so that it looks more like a toy. I'm really pleased with this. It is my favorite blaster that I've done yet, and that's saying something because I really like my shotgun. It's fun to use. It feels good. I have run this before it was totally finished at a war, and it did not let me down. Thanks for watching, guys.